Hey guys, this is William and Nathan.
Yo,
We're back for another Friday Farming Follies.
yeah, we made it just in time.
Yeah, it's still Friday. So we're playing an EIKWmFr deck 4 with Sprotch, Lumin, and Baby Cat.
Mm-hmm.
So, first pile, what do you think?
Okay, I think I don't really know food connoisseur, so let's read it real quick. One clay, one veggie, one stone.
You don't need to consider it. It's not as good as some of the other cards.
Yeah. Like resource seller is okay. Cloister dweller is pretty good.
Yeah, Cloister Dweller is excellent, I think.
I like.
Tutor is quite good. Chief is good.
I'm feeling a cloister dweller sort of game.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, chief, it's good. It's hard to play, in my opinion.
It is. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Well, Sunrise and Mire all of a sudden goes well with my cloister draw.
Yep.
So.
I absolutely agree.
And Groom seems good, but Carpenter. Yeah, I mean, I could just go for the Sunrise Admirer.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Sunrise Admirer is a great pick here.
Yeah. Okay. Dove Hunters, okay. Anything else here? Read buyer? No. Anything that says buyer on it, I'm pretty sure those are all pretty bad cards because they really screw around with your opponents, which are Sprotch, Lumin, Baby Cat.
And they screw around with you too. Can I have the mouse for a second? I
Yeah.
just want to rearrange these windows.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I don't know what minors are. What minors are appearing yet. So.
Just grab from the top and drag it down a little.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know about Businessman.
Yeah, Businessman I don't think is as good as Dove Hunter.
Yeah.
I think Dove Hunter is really good.
Because I can play that, no problem. Helps me feed a lot. Stayland.
Whenever you fence, you get a stable, basically.
Yeah, that goes well with closer draw. I can do.
But you only really want to fence one time. So I don't think stable hand is an action for 2 stables.
Oh,
or
you're right.
1 stable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not good. I like martial artist here actually.
Yeah.
Or cattle whisperer is, even if you don't have room for the first cattle, you can use Dove Hunter to eat it, and then you can hold the second cattle.
Dove Hunter, right? It's like 6 food for a cattle.
Yeah. Or Clay Seller is reasonable for turning clay into points at the end of the game.
Yeah, 4 clay into cattle or.
So I would probably do one of those two, either Cattle Whisperer or Clay Seller, and Clay Seller is probably the better card. Especially if you get Resource Seller back. Resource Seller wants you to take a lot of clay. So
yeah, Resource Seller is a great card, I think.
You probably won't get it back, but if you do, that would be a great combo.
And I'm not seeing this again, because so this is, I'm not going to get Cattle Whisperer back no matter what.
I mean, Cattle Whisperer is not amazing. It's just like, probably those are the 2 things I'd consider here. You could consider Martial Artist too, but I'm not sure about Martial Artist.
Well, actually, it would help pay for my Sunrise Admirer nicely.
Yeah, but if you play Dove Hunter, your food should be well set.
Assuming I have, maybe Cattle Whisperer could help too, yeah. I've never played with Clay Seller before, but it seems kind of easy to understand.
Yeah, so like you turn, like look at it, you turn 6 clay into 2 boar.
Yeah.
So that's 6 clay into 3 points, right? So that's a good conversion. That's better than the pottery. And you can, and like you just use it to cover all your bases, right? So like, you know, you get, maybe you have 1 sheep, 1 boar already, and then you use it to get a breeding pair.
Yeah, this gets me cattle, but this also gets me other things too, so yeah. This makes more sense. Ooh.
And there it is. Although Chief came back.
Yeah, and that's a little surprising too. We could do 3 stone rooms? 3 stone rooms with Cloister Dweller, maybe.
Yeah, or you could try for 6. You don't have to do Cloister Dweller on every segment of your farm.
Yes, sure.
But I like Resource Seller with Clay Seller.
Yeah, that gives me a lot of use for
that clay.
all my clay actions that I'm going to need to use so I can get the stone actions at the end.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Chief is the better card, but I think
Yeah, it is.
Resource Seller goes with your game kind of nicely.
So I'm passing to Sprotch. I've never heard of this fellow before. Hi, Sprotch.
Well, probably not gonna watch this.
Yeah, if I was to play Will, what I would do is I'd watch the live stream.
Cheater.
Okay, Cowherd is meh. I don't like Stone Carver. I just don't think using your stone for 3 food is worth it. The Stone Buyer, I don't know which stone is first round. Oh yeah, the buyer cards, of course. There's a reed buyer and there's a stone buyer, yeah. So.
Cowherd is okay. I mean, if like 2 cattle, getting a second cattle is usually a point. And then if you use it twice, it's probably giving you 2 points.
Yeah, and it goes well with Dove Hunter 2, maybe. Like, it can really get me a lot of food.
Yeah.
But also getting 2 cattle whenever I use it. If I use it, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't like. I like it better than.
I like Stone Carver personally, but if you don't like it, then
Stone
that's
Buyer.
fine. No, Stone Carver.
Oh, Stone Carver. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an early Ock, right? You play it first round usually.
Well, first stage, yeah.
Yeah, first stage. I mean, I just noticed there's no G cards, which is nice. Less reading. All right.
Basin Maker is really difficult to make work because of how much wood it costs. Like, the wood cost is, like, turning 4 wood into 2 bonus points is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And then Medican's just sort of like a safety net, or...
Yeah, it is absolutely a safety net card.
So we'll see. I don't think Reed Buyer is polite. It's not a polite thing to do. And plus Reed's not like stat. You know, I don't know. Okay. Our internet's not doing so good. Ooh, we got some good miners here. Looking mostly at Clayhead and Diamond Mine.
Yep.
But so Diamond Mine's good in the sense that it gives our stone to our resource seller.
Absolutely, yep. But really good for that because you can play it, collect stone, and then take clay, and then you get the stone again. So that can be really good.
There is a slight possibility Clayhead extension could be passed to us.
Yeah, Clayhead extension is really good as well. I think both cards are reasonable picks.
Yeah.
I think with Cloister Dweller, I'm leaning towards Diamond Mine.
Yeah, because I go for what, maybe 3 clay.
Yeah.
Go 3 clay rooms and see how it goes from there, I guess.
Well, you go 3 rooms. You stay on 3 rooms.
Yeah.
And probably you're gonna have enough stone that renovating to stone will be fine.
Oh yeah, no
with
problem.
Diamond Mine. So I'm just just the way you said 3 clay rooms was a little ambiguous.
As in maybe Clayhead extension can come to me, and then
you don't need to make Cloister Dweller work for every tile of your farm.
Yeah.
It's just nice that if the game works out that way, then you get a bonus for doing so. Mm-hmm. Like, even Cloister Dweller for 3 points is fine.
Yes.
I like the Diamond Mine pick.
It costs 3 Ox. We'll definitely play Resource Seller.
Yeah.
Dove Hunter.
Yeah.
They've got to think of a
you can play Cowherd.
Yeah, I can play Cowherd.
Or you can play Sunrise Admirer. I think
either one would be fine. Yeah.
I think Diamond Mine is an excellent pick.
Yeah, it goes well with the. It can go well with the timing. Yeah, of resource sellers later resources.
So with yeah. So what's the nice thing that our farm layout can let us do? There's an action we can totally skip out on thanks to what our setup is.
I'm not gonna say plow.
Actually, I was thinking plow.
But what if we go for 6, yeah. What if we go for 6?
Yeah, we absolutely could. I just think we're probably gonna have an action light game. Like probably if we only build one room, then our next goal will be to fence earlier rather than to build another room.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just thinking that in an action light game, then not having to spend any actions on plowing or plow sow would be
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
I know the plow sow action is really good.
But we can get veggies instead, or
Yeah.
grain instead, too. It's a good point. We'll see. We might get a plow.
Yeah.
We might get...
Yeah, we've only seen one miner so far.
So, I've seen Lumin on this site. I played a game with him. Seems pretty good. I haven't seen Baby Cat. Looks like they were born in 2002. So they're a little baby.
I'm pretty sure Baby Cat's cat was born in.
Oh.
I think he got a baby cat in 2002. I think that's what the name breaks down to.
I wonder what the cat's called. Why not?
Because he's been on the site since like 2009, so I'm pretty sure.
What is the name of your cat? Baby cat. Sorry, that seems like this is something I would say, not maybe something William would say.
Can you ping him? See if he's here.
How do I ping? Do I do
slash then ping and then type his name in?
Okay.
Yeah, so should be there hopefully.
Wait a second. The cat's what? 15 years old? Oh,
yeah,
man.
so the cat's probably dead.
Yeah, that might have been a bit of a rude statement.
Well, you're the one that made it, not me.
We'll see what the evidence says on the text there.
Yeah, goddamn it. It's on the phone apparently.
Phone. I guess the T means a Y, but that's
what it's meant to be, I think.
No. I think there's no other thing I'd rather do on a Friday night than play Agricola.
Well, that's nice of you to say. With me, right?
With this guy over here, yes. Don't forget to hit the like button.
Oh my god.
Will post very regularly, so don't be scared to subscribe. And of course, any sort of feedback on how we can make these videos better in any way, let us know.
Yeah, comment, email.
I'm thinking maybe we could have some sort of a better intro instead of having that screen that like shows this thing all the time. But who knows? Maybe that's wishful thinking.
You want to make an intro? I'll put an intro on, but I'm probably not going to put an intro on myself.
Okay. I don't have much experience with that. Oh,
hey,
these are nice. I like Duck Pond and I like Village School.
Yep.
Duck Pond's good, of course. I don't think I need Village School.
I think if we want to take Village School, it might come back because I think people undervalue it.
I hope so. Yeah, don't need Canoe. I think Duck Pond's one of my favorites. So let's do it. Recently, we also grabbed up 2 baby ducks. You might hear them chirp in the background.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have a webcam, otherwise they could be here playing with us.
Well, we do have a webcam, but I'm not putting it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's what they're here for, to see me.
Who knows? They might be surprised. They'd be like, oh man, he's so good looking. The way
you're funny.
The way he talks on the site, I thought he was going to be this 40-year-old balding man.
Oh my god. Such an ass.
Not that there's anything wrong with balding.
And you can't help being 40?
Exactly, yes.
Do you want something to put the mouse on?
No, this is fine, actually. Unless, yeah, no, this is great.
Alright.
So, yeah, I like these miners. Very, very strong miners. But we'll see. We need some more. This game. Come on, baby cat. Maybe Cert Phone is the name of the cat. Or she's still on, or he is still on the phone. I'm guessing baby cat's probably a girl.
I
Who
don't
knows?
know. I'm pretty sure it's a guy. But... Ooh!
Yes, we got guess is good. Golden Rose, whenever you pay food.
No, we got something much better than both of those.
Greenhouse?
Nope.
Drain Pond.
No.
No. Par 4.
Think about it.
Oh,
Look, read what the
Manger.
card does.
Manger, of course. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because we fence 9 tiles, so we get the 9 4
we
bonus
get the
points.
4 bonus points.
Plus
yes.
3 bonus points, which is 7 bonus points.
Yes.
Yeah, it only took me. Yeah.
It only took you reading, like, guessing every other card.
But
yes.
Normally I don't like Manger because I like to fence 6.
6 spaces.
Yeah.
But this is a case where Manger is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So our final farm is starting to take shape.
Okay. These ones, meh. Corn Scoop is meh. Yeah, definitely not big yet.
I think probably Corn Scoop's the best card here.
Yeah.
You could consider Stable maybe.
Yeah.
But I think probably Corn Scoop is the best.
Corn Scoop makes a lot of sense. Because we can, take 2 grain is so much better than 1
Well,
grain.
and especially with Resource Cellar, like getting the Stone Oven is usually pretty easy to do. So then Stone Oven with Corn Scoop is nice.
Okay. Some interesting ones here. Yeah. Heat Wave is not that important for us. It's because of Dove Hunter as well. It's not as important. But it's still good. Lasso is fine.
I actually like Lasso here.
Yes, because it helps us get their sheep for Dove Hunter real quick.
Not that so much as just Cowherd.
And also Cowherd.
It lets us go on Cowherd anytime.
I like Lasso too. It's one of, I think it's underappreciated sometimes. But who knows? I'm not a top tier player at all. Canoe is okay, but we still have a lot of Ox that we want to play early, maybe. I don't know. We don't need Threshing Board. Canoe is better than Threshing Board. Backdoor is very situational, and we're only going to have 1 room, so we don't need backdoor.
I mean, backdoor is playable if we get the an early room, but then family growth comes late and we skip out on. Like, it might help us grow 1 round earlier. But, yeah, I agree. Probably not backdoor. Yeah, Canoe is a reasonable card, but the problem is we're not going to have a lot of actions, and we'd probably rather feed with our Dove Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't like Canoe here. So I actually would take Helpful Neighbors.
Sadly.
Being able to do Start Player and get a read can be really good, especially with our Resource Cellar. What we can do is we can do something neat where maybe we can be able to build a room thanks to Resource Cellar.
Hey, that's a great point. 1 read is actually 2 read with Resource Cellar.
Exactly, if you do it at the right time. Yeah. Or if we don't get it out then, using it for stone at the end of the game is absolutely fine.
Our first hunting's okay, but it's another Wood Ock, which is, we're not like that hurting on the wood, but it's still something to keep note of.
I think I would take it, except for that we've already got Lasso.
Yes. So that also is another reason why we don't need it. Guess is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
I think this could be a good guess game.
I like Guest. The only reason I would consider Winter Deadwood is the same reason as Helpful Neighbors. Our round 1 might be play Resource Cellar, and then we'll have the option of take 2 wood or take 1 wood, or like we might be left with take 1 wood or start player. And if we could start player Winter Deadwood, that would be kind of cool. And we receive. Because winter deadwood, you can receive a wood and pass it on. But that's the only reason I would consider winter deadwood.
Yeah.
It's just because of that one specific time where maybe we're fourth and we play resource seller with our fourth action with a fourth action, and then we don't have anything that we want to do at the end.
It's a good point. There's I
think this is probably fine though.
Mm-hmm. So we are fourth.
What do you know? We start fourth.
But,
oh man.
But that doesn't guarantee us the occupation at all. Still.
But if it works out that way, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed.
Yeah.
I'll definitely shake my fist.
Yeah, we got Tutor right off the bat. We passed Tutor to Sprotch, so that's who he picked first.
Yeah.
Lumin reads stored food.
Oh, can you reorganize the boards? Yeah. So sometimes in the draft they get mixed around.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
And we can make them. Yeah, you can maximize them the way.
We want to optimize our. We don't need to see the names of the farms because the color is enough.
And we can make the windows
and the
bigger.
layout is exactly yes.
And also you can do 3 wood. This is good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it here.
Yeah.
Don't need to. Yeah, so we can make some stuff a little bigger. Make the main board a little bigger, mostly because then the chat is a bit bigger.
One play, if we get starting players, we can just get the corn scoop out. Yeah. Another play.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah, another play is we get the 1 read, but that's not even.
No, don't do 1 read. I like start player corn scoop is fine.
Yeah.
Hey, what action are we going to do with our first action next round?
I'm thinking occupation or 2 read.
I think with resource seller is better than occupation.
Yeah, because we really want to get that.
Or better than 2 read.
Because we can get.
Anyways, we go again immediately. Yeah, I like getting resource seller out here.
Okay, so.
Stone, clay.
Shift. No, I do control. Shift. Stone.
Clay.
Clay.
Stone, clay. Reed. Clay, wood. Also, you do it kind of upside down, but that's fine. Well, just you do it up backwards from everyone else, but that's fine. It is kind of stacked this way until you do that.
Yeah.
White, so yeah, you just don't need to touch it. Leave it as a stack.
Yep.
So what action are we going to get back?
2 wood.
Nope. Well, I mean, we can do that, but I think we got better options. We're going to get 3 wood, 2 read, or occupation back.
Oh, you think 3 wood or occupation would probably be best, yeah.
Well, I mean, 3 wood is obviously better than 2 wood.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
But that the key is that we get occupation back.
Yeah, so we can do Dove Hunter now.
That's probably how I would play this, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't need the wood right away for any reason.
Well, and just because if we don't take wood here, there's a reasonable chance we're going to get something better than 2 wood next round. We have a reasonable chance of getting 3 wood.
And another thing to note is there's no sheep yet, which is good for us. Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
2 sheep is ideal probably for us.
Why is 2 sheep ideal?
We keep 1 in our house.
How can we keep 1?
What? We eat 1 and keep 1.
You should probably read Dove Hunter.
Oh, no. Oh, it has to be in the feeding. Okay, so we don't... Yeah. Even if we do it on our last action, it's not like we can...
We can't hold 2.
Yeah.
So that's why Dove Hunter, especially, you want to get breeding. You want to be able to hold a breeding pair. So if we could get to a point where we can build 2 stables when we build our first room, then that's very good with Dove Hunter. Because breeding pair is great, because then you have 4 food per harvest that you don't need to think about.
Exactly. But now we're open to play duck pond. Awesome. Yeah, I like the sunrise and Mire close to each other. This is just our, gravy on the cake.
That sounds disgusting.
You don't use that expression?
No, nobody uses that expression. You don't put gravy on a cake. The phrase is icing on a cake, or that's just gravy, but you don't mix the two. Not usually, because then they don't make any sense.
Well, if you never tried it, then you shouldn't knock. I haven't tried it either, so. Okay, chicken coop, very nice. Yeah, hard to tell who's gonna get the first room right now. We got a really early fireplace too, without the sheep even showing up. So it's interesting. No one even had any clay to thread in the fireplace. So Sprotch might want to go to a cooking hearth with a starting player action. I did see I'm not sure if that was the return a fireplace or return a
That
cooking
was
hearth.
return a cooking hearth to get 2 extra points.
Yeah.
And the ability to convert vegetables into 4 food.
Yeah.
So cooking corner is nice, but you don't really need to think about it.
Yeah. So that's not going to work for him then. I don't know what he's thinking then. Don't know.
Playing Dove Hunter this early is mostly nice because we have a 4 food action available no matter what in stage 1.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm pretty sure no matter what. Yeah.
Well, it's possible that Sprotch first action takes 2 food, but it's unlikely because it's only 2 food.
Yeah.
And so day labor is just as good for him.
Okay, so we do see sheep. So it might be risky getting the round 4 sheep.
Might be. So we can see what our second action is here.
Mm.
We also might get, like fishing and traveling players might go untaken.
Yeah.
So it might be a situation where we know we're either going to get sheep or traveling players or fishing. Like we're going to get one of those no matter what.
Okay, I'm thinking reed stone food if it's there. And if it's not, I might have to just take 3 wood.
Yeah.
Reedstone food's fine.
Yeah, reedstone food twice is... If we can do reedstone food twice, yeah.
But that's not a game changer here by any means.
Take your resource, seller resource?
Yep.
Yeah, so if we can do one more 3 wood action, that's enough wood to play build room plus 2 stables.
Yeah.
What do we think for second move here?
Yeah, so it depends on the starting player order. We're not going to know for sure yet. But if Baby Cat does starting player or something, then we can keep the sheep alive. Because we can still grab the sheep before Sprotch does. I don't know. I'm thinking about the sheep too much, maybe.
Yeah, I think you probably are. Because we don't have to take sheep.
Yeah.
Because traveling players at 4 food and fishing at 4 food, those are all totally equivalent actions.
Exactly.
So it just the Dove Hunter, all it's doing right now is giving us an extra 4 food action.
Yes. So we can take 3 clay, which is actually 4 clay, which is really nice.
Yeah, I probably would take the clay here.
Just
because then in the next round, if we get reedstone food, then that's enough to build a room. Or we can do something with helpful neighbors, maybe. So like the only case that we get screwed, take not +1.
Yeah. The
only case that we get
is Sprotch the starting player.
Is if Sprotch does starting player and then the 3 players do food.
Which is very unlikely with 5 food.
It's very unlikely.
5 food.
Yes.
We'll let Sprotch get the... Oh, we can still deny the 2.
Oh, Sprotch played Cowboy and Mother. Oh. So the tutor is really interesting to me because Cowboy and Mother, you don't have a lot of actions, so you can't afford to play a lot of occupations, but Cowboy and Mother is the ultimate 2-room, 2-family member card.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think inspired this card? Is it referencing something?
I don't know. I don't know. So what action do we do here?
The food is dwindling. Food is dwindling. We need to take... Well, we don't need to, because we can still... it's going to be real tight. We should just do food. But the reed is good, you know.
We should take the food.
So
it's a huge downgrade if we don't get one of these actions. No, I don't agree with that.
You don't? He's gonna take sheep.
Then. I think Sprotch just played Cowboy and Mother,
yeah.
Which pretty much means if we have a good game, we're gonna beat him no matter what. Because Cowboy and Mother's point ceiling is so low.
So we don't need to...
So, like, he's very reliably going to hit 45, but if everything goes well for us, we're going to beat him. Because we're going to have similar games, except that we have way more bonus points and more actions. Because, like, okay, think about it this way. If Cowboy and Mother gives him 3 plows, Sunrise and Mire gives us 3 plows.
Yeah.
Cowboy and Mother gives him some animals. Cowherd is going to give us some animals. Both of us are going to want to fence early.
Placeholder.
He just doesn't have any. He just doesn't have. We took a lot of bonus. Like Manger, I think is good with Cowboy and Mother, and we took it from him. So I really don't think he's going to be a threat, because the tutor is. If he goes hard on the tutor, then that means he probably hasn't had enough actions to take wood, and he wants to take wood really early. I think if you're going to compare your 2 opponents, you've got Baby Cat.
Yeah, Baby Cat's having a great game. Yeah.
6 wood, 2 reed.
Yeah.
And Undergardener played.
Yeah.
Compared to Sprotch, who's played Cowboy and Mother.
For 1 point, yeah.
Cowboy and Mother, you don't need to, you're not gonna...
I can tell Sprotch isn't as experienced just based on the fireplace. Could have had better...
Oh, I think that action was fine.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 wood, fireplace, start player. I think taking fireplace there is absolutely fine.
I think Lumin's looking to build 2 rooms at once.
Yep.
Which is always nice. Hopefully Baby Cat starting players helps me out with a nice 4 wood grab or something. And then I can take...
If he doesn't, I think we should consider...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we'll get 4 wood. You'll probably take the 3 wood.
Yeah, we're either going to get 6 wood or 4 wood. So the question is, what improvement do you play?
I'm thinking 100% Duck Pond.
Nope.
But the guess?
Nope.
Helpful Neighbors.
Yeah.
Why? For the reed?
What's the resource on top of our resource cellar?
Well, the reed. Yes, the reed. Create a farm. That makes sense. We can use clay.
So what we can do is we can take wood with our first move. And then if family growth comes round 5, we can second action build room 2 stables. We're in a beautiful spot.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going to get 4 wood or 6 wood, so we can pay wood here.
No, I would not pay wood.
Yeah.
Clay is way less valuable to us than wood.
I almost kept the Helpful Neighbors.
You should take your resources.
Oh, yeah. Oops. Read.
You can't do anything to the board now because it's not your turn anymore.
Yes.
You can't do anything to the board now.
But I can refresh my farm.
Yeah. Controls. Send farm. Okay, so what should you do here?
Yeah.
You should take the reed off the resource cellar first.
Yeah.
You've also forgotten to do something else.
Feed 4. Whoops.
No, you're right.
Okay. And wood.
Yep.
Because there's no one else going to build a room, yeah. Lumin's just a little...
Yeah, so why don't you end your turn? Yeah. So I think it's okay, once you've made up your mind, finish your turn, and then we can talk about it afterwards.
I just wanted to make sure.
We're always really slow.
Yeah,
our times are always really slow.
Yeah, it's been 50 seconds. It's been bad. But I was just... Before I was finishing, I was looking just to make sure he didn't have enough to build a room.
Okay.
Which might have sucked. But he's going to build 2 rooms.
Even if he builds a room, what do we care?
Yeah.
Baby cats. If he builds a room, baby cats start players, and then he has no wood to stable block us. So we say thank you.
Good point.
Or we build 2 rooms at once
Good
and
point.
grow 3rd and 4th because the cowboy and mother is not going to grow.
Good point. Very good point. I didn't notice when I was mentioning that. I didn't notice that there wasn't family growth as well.
Really? Like you didn't immediately check to see what the round 5 card was?
It didn't seem relevant to me in the immediate. Because
I guess that's true because we had already decided our plan. But yeah, that's like that kind of thing is really important.
Oh yeah, well, that was the second thing I was looking at. Third thing I was looking at maybe. But that's a given, obviously.
So what's our action here?
Build into 2 stables. We can build the stables right next to our houses here. I like to build them next to the house because I feel like the animals need to be kind of close to each other, right? That's a thing. Oops. It's B, not D. Yeah, this is excellent. So 2 sheep, or maybe even 3 sheep, but probably 2 sheep is...
Yeah, I think it's going to be risky to let it go to 3 sheep. So I probably...
He might even think so too. Sprotch might be,
Well, I don't think he's going to need the food.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean,
but we'll have to see what he's doing.
hard to tell so far.
He probably took clay hut extension.
Yes.
With the way he's taking clay, I have to imagine he's playing clay hut extension.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice for Lumin.
Oh yeah, there it is. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, so he's very likely going to 5 rooms. So what's our first action next round?
Family, no. Starting player probably.
Yep. If family growth comes out, it's start player. Otherwise, what?
Yeah, it's family growth, so starting player, yeah. If it wasn't family growth, we could have gotten away with anything because nobody else has a room. Duck pond. Control. No, I do control shift. Food. Top left.
There you go. Good.
And then with our...
What should our second action be?
Reed stone food.
I like that because your thinking is our first action is family growth lasso, and then second action immediately take 3 sheep, right?
If the best case scenario might not happen because of Sprotch.
Yep. But I think I think that's a good thing to hope for.
And getting the lasso out, yeah. So if I can get Reed stone food, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. I actually think probably 2 reed is better than reedstone food for us. Because reedstone food is only 1 reed, so in order to reno, we would have to take reed again. But if we're not going to build a 4th room, which I think is probably unlikely, then because we're going to assume that Sprotch is going to give up on the cowboy and mother. He's going to do reno clay hut extension, I think. I'm pretty confident that that's what's going on here with the way he's taking clay. So that means that we are going to build our 1 family member and then stop. So
2 reed is the only thing I can...
Yeah, reed so food's gone anyways. Yeah, and so basically since we're thinking we're not going to grow again, or not, then reed is only useful for renovating, and we'd rather use accumulating spaces that get higher than 2. Reedstone food is nice because it's 2 plus food.
Yeah.
However, we would rather get 3 stone and take reed at some other way.
We're gonna need 3 food, so it looks like there are gonna be traveling players fishing.
We're not gonna need 3 food.
To feed. Oh, 5 food. We're gonna need 5. 2 more food then. Okay.
we're going to need 2 food because we pick up 1 from Duck Hunter.
Yeah.
So no matter what, we have an action that's going to let us feed next round.
Yeah.
Also, notice what Sprotch did not do.
He did not renovate?
He did not take sheep.
Oh, and there's no renovate. He didn't even take
so
sheep,
our action here is clear.
Family growth lasso.
And
we can
immediately lasso the sheep.
Oh, that's how. Oh, so even though it's not. Okay, that's amazing. Ha ha ha. Ha ha, amazing. That's awesome.
Don't do that first,
No.
just to be clear, because if someone's watching the play-by-play, they'll be confused.
Yeah, this is awesome. Perfect. I forgot lasso proc that quick. And yeah. So we just get 4 food and nothing happens to our sheep. It still stays at 3.
Yep.
Oh, glorious. Yeah, this is going just as planned. Now we got to think about cow herd.
So why don't you do your feeding?
Yeah, so we just lose 1 food.
So usually I would say that I dove H plus food.
Dove H, and then 1 F.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. And then you send your farm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, so as I was thinking, our next cow herd is nice. It goes really well with our lasso in Dove Hunter, so we shouldn't get cow herd out. Round 8 or round 9. I'm thinking about diamond mine too because we're getting really close to those.
Yep. Getting diamond mine out would be great because it'll let us easily get stone oven or pottery or well or it just will let us get a major improvement that will be really good for us. Stone oven, well, pottery are all great.
Lumin's asking if he Sunday traveling players, would he get?
Zoom in on Sunday school, please, or Sunday worker.
Sunday worker. Where's that?
It's on his farm.
Okay.
Occupation.
It says double the goods.
But it says take one of your actions twice, so I say yes.
Yes. Yes. 3 things. It says take one of your actions twice.
Yeah.
But this one here.
On an accumulation space, you get double the goods and or food. Yeah, we would have to look at the compendium. For Sunday worker and for, for Sunday worker mostly.
Okay, and politician when we played a little while ago. Forgot to note that. So what can
Do you know what politician does?
1 stone instantly, and then you can convert or change either way, reeds to stone or stones to reed.
Yep.
So that leaves him open to building the well.
Yep. Well, he's been able to build the well for like a whole round or a whole stage, and he hasn't done it yet. But he might just be waiting until somebody else is a threat for it.
Man, we haven't gotten reed stone food once.
Yep.
That's okay.
But we're in a great spot. We don't need... This is not a game where we need Reedstone food.
Exactly.
Reedstone food is a good action because it's better than the accumulation spaces early in the game. However, we're doing... because of Resource Cellar, our accumulation spaces are better than Reedstone food.
6 wood. Man,
yeah, how did that happen?
They did not take starting player, and they did not take the 3 wood. So that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm confused by that. Oh, I wonder if Lumin took backdoor.
Oh no, I think maybe, but I think there wasn't enough to go for backdoor to go back.
It was our second last pile.
Yeah, I think it might have been our second last. I don't know 100%.
What did we take instead of backdoor? Guest?
Yeah, we took.
Oh
guest.
No, we took helpful neighbors instead of backdoor. Didn't we?
Helpful neighbors. Yeah.
There we go. Sprotch is showing that he's planning on.
Yeah.
On building a room, so he's not going all in on Cowboy and Mother.
Yeah, and then he probably does have Clayhead extension too as well. Yeah.
That's what I think. I'm not sure.
It
I'm
was a
not positive.
it was a late Reno.
But that was the second best card in that pile by a lot, by
Yeah.
a decent margin. Well, I guess Duck or Carpon was there, but
Carpon was there.
yeah, I would definitely take Clay Hut Extension over Duck Pond.
Carp Pond, not
Carp
Duck
Pond,
Pond.
right. I would probably take Clay Hut Extension over Duck Pond.
In some cases, yeah, but not all cases, because Duck Pond, so good. It's like the most flexible, easy miner to play.
Yep.
And there's no drawbacks at all.
But it doesn't give you that much.
0.3 food is nice. Okay, I wasn't really thinking. 2 reed, meh. Reedstone food, probably better than 2 reed at this point. We can reno, but there's no point to renoing, because we don't have anything to play with it. Like, we upgrade, but whatever.
I think we should play an occupation here.
Yeah, we can play our cowherd now. Because then it opens up for our diamond mine play. So occupation for 1 food is fine. You don't need to play clay cellar, right?
No. I think
or Sunrise and
Cowherd is better. Sunrise and Mire, it's way too early.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you do that at the end of the game? When we have lots of actions, so right now our actions are probably only about as good as two or 3 food per move. But at the end of the game, our actions should be like 4 or 5 food per move.
Yes.
So therefore, it's much easier to compensate for the Sunrise Admirer cost.
Exactly. 6 food to get everything out. Oh man, our manger is gonna be so beautiful. Oh,
it is. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Cloister Dweller. It's coming up to being one of my more favorite cards. Just, I don't know.
Makes your game simple.
Yeah.
What do you think we do for our last action?
Yeah, grain.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like doing 1 grain.
Yeah.
Because then, if we take clay, then we're in a good spot to build an oven. And that'll be a nice amount of food. We have enough food for the next harvest if we don't play any more occupations.
Yeah.
But for the harvest in round 11, we're going to need food for that.
Okay, there goes the pottery, which is, we didn't care about the pottery really. So that goes, yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, we would have liked the pottery for ourselves, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, well, only 1 field for Baby Cat still. Baby Cat would probably like to have some more fields right now.
Yeah, but he's got Drain Pond played, which is a field.
Oh, where's that drain? Is this one the Drain Pond? Oh, okay.
So, I mean...
But he still probably wants
He's still going to want to plow, but, yeah.
Yeah, this is great. We only need 3 plows.
How does Sprotch plow? Say question mark Sprotch?
Yeah, Cowboy and Mother is not time yet, is it?
Yeah, no, you get an animal from Cowboy and Mother, not a field. Oh, the spelling in this is just too good. There you go. Good job.
Yeah,
except for the Koi Boy.
Koi Boy. I know how to spell.
I know you do.
So let's do.
You get 2 grain because of points too.
You know what? I actually forgot about that. Plus G.
I am surprised that Baby Cat hasn't built the well yet. He might be thinking Basket Maker's Workshop is much better for him. Which is probably true with Politician, but the well is still such a good... I think if we get the well, then we're probably going to win.
Yeah, if he loses his stone and all his reed, then yeah, we might get... It'll be hard though. But possible, for sure.
What are our goals for the... Okay, so what's our next round is a harvest.
Yeah.
What's our feeding breakdown?
Well, we get 4 instant, no problem here with our sheep. Cattle comes out around 10 or 11, which is a consideration for 6... Or no, it's not... We don't have enough place to hold our...
Yep. So our biggest priority right now, in my opinion...
Is fencing.
Is getting our fencing done.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 12.
But we want to do more than 12?
Yeah, we want to do 15, so we can cut a line across here.
But we don't want to cut a line across there.
Cut a line here?
Yes, because of Cloister Dweller.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to go side to side, we want to go always up down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So with that in mind, how many actions is it going to take us to get to 15 wood? Probably 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's almost no way that we can do it in 2. We're not going to get a 5. We're not going to get a 5 wood action. If we got 2 4 wood actions, it's possible, but I think it's probably unlikely.
Uh-huh. Okay, we got clay roof as a minor. I'm not sure if we passed that. I don't think we passed that.
No, that was his first pick. Clay roof is excellent. We definitely would have noted it if we had passed it. So what's our first move here?
Yeah. 4 clay is okay.
Yeah, I would say take wood, but if Baby Cat doesn't take the wood, then I like the 4 clay, because then we have a reasonable chance of getting a wood action back.
Yeah.
We really want to get a 3 wood action this round, though, because we want to be able to fence in round 11 and take cattle at the same time.
Ooh, yeah, this one hurts. This one hurts. I think
it's okay to do 3 wood here.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, if we lose out on 4 clay, we'll be a little sad, but I think fencing earlier is going to be more important.
Yeah. You know what would be a cool thing to do? If, for whatever reason, the 3 wood doesn't get taken next round, we can do a starting player 6 wood.
That would be cool. What do you think the odds are that it happens?
Pretty low.
It's like 1 in a million. Because the reason it happens early in the game is because people don't have actions, right? So a lot of their stuff that they have to do is pretty forced. But later on in the game, 3 wood is almost always the best wood accumulation space. So people are taking it when they can.
Oh, it's no longer Friday, guys. Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, time to end the game. See, yeah, no, just kidding. Yeah, so obviously the clay's taken right away. 10 clay, must have the clay hut extension.
I think he's probably just looking at Woodsaw and figuring that building a 4th room with only clay is reasonable for him. I think it's not necessarily that he's got whatever else.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot to do here.
Nope.
So I think we have a pretty, well, okay, I know I would normally hate this sequence, but I think we have a reasonable sequence.
Well,
and it's take 1 clay and start player diamond mine.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying that is because we would get 3 wood next round, which we want to get 3 wood as many times as we can. Also, it gets our resource seller to start giving us an income, so that before the next harvest, we can play Reno and do a major improvement. Yes. Because when you do a small family, small house, you want to get getting a big stone oven with 1 action is going to be nice. We want to get all those points.
Yeah, if we can get a 3 wood and a 4 wood, that would be the best case scenario. Because a manger, we're gonna need.
I think it's unlikely we're gonna get that, but yeah, that would be nice.
We need 17 wood.
Yeah, I think you probably just have to recognize that we're gonna need to do 3 more wood actions. The 2 though, getting to 15 is very important because I think we gain a lot from having our cattle and our sheep breeding in the round 11 harvest. So that's why I think that's why I'm really pushing to get that.
Yeah, Sawhorse saves lots of wood.
Yeah.
5 wood.
Yep. Oh, Baby Cat just did start player.
Yeah. So we can do major minor then. And that's okay.
I would actually take stone.
Yeah, and then we can also do stone. Force him into making a decision with his stone too. Think so?
Yeah, I think taking the stone here is okay because we're gonna need stone to reno, and also it gets us 3 stone right away.
Yeah, which is a nice threshold.
Which is nice because it lets us build the stone oven.
Yeah. Redstone food's not enough because of that, yeah. Little resource grabs, but to become normal.
What are you? Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Take.
Take, yes. Take, not +1. We want to take. So you should announce feeding.
Yeah, so we're gonna feed 1 or 4 for that and 2 for here. So dove h2 ref.
Yep. You got it right.
And then send. Yeah. We're just rolling along here. Okay. So yeah, 3 woods probably our only option.
It's not a bad option at all.
So I'm really hoping this 2 wood becomes 4 wood though. I think that could save us in action.
It's possible. But I actually don't hate doing 2 wood this round.
But yeah, exactly. You're thinking we should just get it over with so we can hold our...
Well, okay, so round 13, there's an occupation we want to play.
Yeah.
What occupation is that? Sunrise Admirer, yes. And we want a fence.
You mean round...
And we want to take cattle.
You mean round 11 we want to...
Round 11, yeah.
Yeah, not round 13.
Sorry, yeah, round 11. So we want to play Sunrise Admirer, we want a fence, we want to take cattle.
Yes.
So those are the 3 actions. So that means with these next 2 actions, we want to take wood and have enough food so that we have enough food for the rest of the game.
So it says either or.
Yeah, so we could do a cattle, but the problem is we're only going to have 2 cattle.
Yeah.
So we don't want to eat one of them because then they don't breed.
So we want, and we can't do both. We can only pick one.
We can only do, yes, we cannot do both. But we wouldn't want it, we don't want to do cattle. We want to let cattle breed.
Yeah.
Because we want to end the game with 6 cattle.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, what's this next action here?
2 wood and then fence would be a good sequence.
I think there's a better... Yeah, that's fine. But I don't think we need to fence this round. I think we have something that's more contested. Oh, shit. Never mind. I was going to say reno. But then Baby Cat just renoed, so Stone Oven is safe. Yep. So 2 wood and then fence. I like it. And then our round 12, 13, 14 is all about getting family growth even without room and accumulating crops and animals.
Yeah, if we're going to need to do another grain and veggie.
Yep, that's fine.
Which is fine, yeah. We just need to do 1 grain, 1 veggie.
We probably want to do start player round 12.
Yeah, one of these rounds, definitely.
If we can do round 12, that would be ideal.
Yeah, it's for sure, so we can get the family growth for round 12 or 13, yeah. Yeah, we need more people. We need lots of people. Lots of actions. But yeah. Okay, splash dash renovation.
Slapdash?
Slapdash renovation. At the end of any turn, when you place a guy on reno, you can return him. Wow.
So you pay a wood and a stone to gain 2 actions.
And then it...
Assuming that you reno twice.
And it frees up the reno space, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's okay. What power do you think this card is?
Slapdash?
Yeah. I don't know.
2-5 or something?
So kind of average. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken pretty highly because people value its effect. but then I think it's not that strong, just because the cost is a little awkward. Because I mean, if you just end up having to use one of those actions to take stone, then it's a minor that you pay to clay for to gain one action, which is not that strong.
Yeah, so fencing makes a heck of a lot of sense. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Oh no.
Just drag it up to the top.
Oh.
Or do that.
That would have been the right idea.
Well, they're probably pretty equivalent in terms of amount of effort, but clicking remove is a little intensive. Yeah. Also, you did the stables correctly. You always want your stables in your smaller pastures, because we're never going to have 12 of one type of animal. So there's no point in doubling the big pasture. We want to double the small pasture. Sometimes you want your stables in your bigger pastures, like if it goes from 4 to 8, then you get better value from the stable.
Oh, I have a question. Do I have to build one more stable here?
No.
Okay. So
stables aren't acknowledged by Cloister Dweller.
Okay.
It's like they're not there. Unless it's just a stable and there's no field or pasture or whatever.
Interesting. So they can have an effect then, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if you have a stable instead of a field and your column is stable in 2 fields, then obviously it's not all fields.
Well, actually, it doesn't say if they're all the stables, so it's only rooms, fields, and pastures.
Yeah.
So
that's why. But what I'm saying is, if your space is just a stable, that's not a pasture, it's not a field, and it's not a room. So immediately you would then not have a bonus point for Cloister Dweller if you had an empty space like that.
If Lumin takes 1 cattle, I'll be so sad.
No, there's no way he's gonna do that.
Okay, good. Yep. So we'll do. Well, we can just do Reno. No, yeah, we can do Reno.
Don't confuse yourself too much. We have we already know what our 3 moves are.
I know what 2 of my moves are, and then hope.
You're forgetting about a card. You're thinking about the
Sunrise.
Reno and the cattle.
Sunrise Mire.
Yes.
So we should, but I should Reno though, because like.
No, Reno's not contested.
Yeah,
and he's gonna slapdash.
Oh right, that's
the card he just played says that he's not gonna contest with us for the space.
Oh yeah.
Put another person on the field because we're gonna lasso. Yep.
Yeah, so we can do this. Do I put fields on here?
No, don't bother. It's like it's obvious that you're gonna do it every round.
Yeah, I remember I even literally just asked about slapdash renovation. You get your guy off the.
Yep.
So.
That's okay. You're still learning the cards. But yes, try to learn their effects. Like take the time to read them when they're played and stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what your opponents can do, then you can't predict what they're gonna do, and then you can't play around them.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so we called that.
And he takes this guy off the Reno. And yeah, it's pretty good. Looks pretty strong for Sprotch at this point of time. The early game with the Ox didn't seem...
I'm not threatened by Sprotch at all.
Yeah, exactly. His early game was a little... But he has the well, which is good.
So why should we not worry about Sprotch?
Because...
What does he not have any of right now?
2 wood only.
Yes, he only has 2 wood. So to get to and he has no fields plowed. So to get to a reasonable, like to fill his farm, he's going to have to spend the rest of his game filling his farm. Which is just going to be taking wood. And we can mess with that because we want another 2 wood.
Yeah, we just only want 2 wood. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bait 2. And then we breed. We'll feed, so we'll do dove H, because we still want to keep our food going.
Yep.
Dove H, feed 2, breed, feed 2, breed A.
Well, you breed a sheep too, but that's okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but I don't like messing around with that number. Stays at 3, so lose 2 food.
And then you can also do your sunrise admirer here.
Oh, okay.
Because that started the round and it doesn't know like nobody else is affected by it, and it's obvious that since we just played the occupation that we're going to do it. Now you could send farm.
Landscape gardener.
Nice for Lumin. Lumin's having a good game. And he's going to be able to do double plow in round 14 for a lot of points.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice card. But Baby Cat, though, on the other hand. Oof.
Yeah, Baby Cat's having a nice game. I think his point ceiling is just a little too low. I think it might have been a mistake for him to give up on the well. I understand that he was going for his groom play, but the well on a 3-room house, like that, those 4 bonus points, that's the groom right there. And then the well is 4 bonus points, which is the same as what you get from the groom. However, you can still build those stables later, but once you decide not to build the well, you're never getting it again.
I agree with that.
And
the
groom, to play the groom, he has to reno early. So instead of taking the best resources available, which is wood, he's taking the resources to reno.
3 sheep. I'm thinking 3 sheep starting player. Oh, we don't want the boar. We could use the.
1 boar is good, is 2 points for us.
Exactly.
But we might do clay cellar for that.
Yeah. We do have 2 ox.
3 sheep is, how many points is 3 sheep?
Yeah, it's gonna be probably 2, maybe 1.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a priority.
Good point. But
although taking it away from our opponents is nice.
And a little bit of food is nice. Could be also.
But Baby Cat's doing start player, so it's kind of a moot point.
Okay, there's big stones here, actually. It's interesting. This is tough. I find this tough. We do need veggies and grain still.
Yep.
So we just have a whole bunch of actions, and we just gotta find the right order. Okay.
I think with Diamond Mine and no Reed, we want to be trying for Reedstone Food and Diamond Mine.
1 Reedstone Food makes sense.
However, that's 2 actions to give us a 3-point move. So I think we should plan on doing a sow action in round 14. We should have 2 grain and 1 vegetable available to us.
Yeah.
So that will be a 3-point action. I think we should plan on Dove Hunter cattle 1 more time, maybe? I don't know. Cattle once and sheep once. And then sheep get to 4 and cattle get to 4. So then everything we take beyond that, we have to consider that threshold. So I think sheep is only 1 point here.
Yeah, I don't want to lasso anything.
I also think that we can take the best resource away from our opponents, because what do you think Baby Cat will do with his first action next round?
He's getting a family growth.
Yes. So do we want Plow Sow?
No.
Okay. So then what do we want to do?
Yeah, that's the thing.
We probably want to start player.
Yeah,
so that we can get family growth for 3 points in round 14. So what improvement do we want to play?
Could be the guest.
No, not the guest.
Because we want to play diamond. Well,
not the guest because we want to play manger.
Oh, manger. Right, manger. So we do need 2 wood for that.
Yes, so I think we should take wood here.
It does make sense. I hope the veggie doesn't go away from sprotch. I hope he doesn't. But
veggie's only 2 points for us.
Yeah.
We have other better actions. Boar, which we could lasso onto, would be that as many points. I think our next 2 moves should be Reedstone Food and then Diamond Mine.
Interesting.
We could take 3 stone, but
no, I don't like 3 stone.
But Diamond Mine is better because it gains us a point and gets us the resources we need anyways.
Our actions are so limited right now. We don't have any family growth really, so we have to take 1 veggie, 1 grain, so that's 2.
Yep. So if our round 13
and we have to play close to drawer.
Is start player family growth is start player veggie grain, that's fine. That's totally fine.
And then probably not play clay cellar.
Oh no, we're definitely not playing clay cellar. Yeah, we're way that's too far gone. Clay cellar at this point we would be using for boar and then to gain an extra point in cattle or sheep, but we don't have the clay income honestly to do it. So
yeah, Reedstone Food now, and then hoping minor major comes back.
Yeah, I think so. And the other thing that's good about being able to reno when you know you're going to have start play around 13 is that it puts a bunch of pressure on Lumin and sprotch. Especially Lumin.
Yeah, it does.
Because if we start player first action, then Lumin is going to have to gamble on sprotch slapdashing.
Yeah, it's interesting how Baby Cat maybe needed the food, but they did cook, and they did take the boar and cooked it. Wasn't expecting that exactly. But we are taking the wood away from him or her, so that's partly why I think.
Yeah, taking wood away from your opponents is always good.
Uh-huh.
Because wood's the best resource. Because it lets you fence, and fences let you hold animals. Just like where plowing is really good because it gives not only does it give you points from the plow, but it lets you hold more crops, which is more points.
Science.
Yeah.
All right, major, minor, major, minor, major, minor. And then we'll for sure get starting player. Yeah, 100%.
Well, if Baby Cat start players to start players, then we take family growth and say thank you for throwing the game.
Yeah. And then we go shift stone. And that 2 stone is enough to reno.
Yep.
We don't even have to take clay anymore.
So we could play manger on. We could assume that we're going to get reno major minor. And if we think that's what's going to happen, then we could play manger on reno major minor.
Good point.
And then we could play the guest next round.
Yeah, so I can do 2 food for a field. Oops. I for field.
So the other thing that we want to examine, okay, if we're going to dove hunter cattle once and sheep once, how much food is that?
It's 10.
Yeah, how much food do we have in our supply?
3.
How much food do we need to feed for the rest of the game?
Assuming
we don't family growth around 14.
So we're going to do 6 plus 7.
Yes, because of Cloister Dweller, right?
Oh, yes.
Assuming we don't family growth around 14,
yeah, Cloister
6
Dweller.
plus 7 is correct, yes. So 13. So that means what? Our food is perfect. So playing the guest might... So what might happen if we play the guest?
We might be sad.
We might just have to use that action to take food.
We might get an extra cattle.
But how? What does that do?
Sorry. I for eating purposes or like
Okay, but
lasso
we can only eat one cattle per round.
or no like with our oven or fireplace wherever that.
We don't have a fireplace. So how are we going to eat those extra cattle?
That way might have. I'm getting games confused. No fireplace. Oh, what's that food doing here? Whoa. Whoops. I hope no one saw that. Yeah, okay. We're fine. Take the wood, stone, 2 cattle.
No. No! Didn't we just go over this?
I'm just bugging you. We're going to take crops, I know. I'm just...
2 cattle is only 1 point for us. Yes, it's points for our opponents, but we want to maximize our own points.
Yeah, so veggie then grain is the sequence.
Probably. Although I would do the other way around because we get an extra grain.
But we are in competition
with Baby Cat.
Yeah,
That's true.
The Plowmaker, especially now. It's not Baby Cat, it's Sprotch, but yeah.
Sprotch, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, that makes sense to me. But yeah.
It does give me more resources for sure.
Yes, it does.
But nothing here tells me that they get any benefit from grain action space.
Yep.
So, like if Field Watching was here, oh hell yeah, I'd take that grain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, excellent game so far. We can get the wild boar with our lasso on round 14 too.
Yep.
So we can do. I'm thinking.
But I actually don't think that would be a good idea.
Might not be.
Because we have 3 actions.
1 occupation.
Yep.
Maybe so.
Yep.
Because that gets us.
So would be 3 points.
3 points.
Yep. And.
If we. The family growth
No, Nathan.
Reno.
Yes, Reno, yes.
Or okay. Reno, yeah.
So our 3 actions are what?
Yes.
Our best 3 actions are occupation, sow bake, and Reno.
Easy peasy.
However,
yeah,
we could give up on getting sow bake and just take boar.
Yeah.
But the reason that I don't like that is because I think
Sobake
it's only 2 points.
And I feel like Sobake is more contended maybe for this guy over here. This guy might want Sobake.
We could do first action Sobake. That would not be terrible for us.
Yeah, it's not.
Because if we think our Reno is safe,
yeah,
we could first action Sobake.
We'll see if he takes any clay, yeah. And also this guy on the verge of Renoing for sure. So both of these might be looking to Reno.
Lumin just played the cooking hearth. So what does that tell you?
That he's hungry.
That there's no way in hell he's gonna Reno. Because if he was gonna Reno,
exactly.
he would have taken 4 clay and then done Reno cooking hearth.
Exactly, yeah.
Instead, he just built the cooking hearth.
Okay, good. So we got a Reno space.
So our Reno space is safe.
Yeah.
Our turn?
Oh, wow. Okay, grain, perfect. GG. That's basically the game, right? GG.
Yeah, so I mean Baby Cat, I'm not worried about Baby Cat because no fencing. Yeah, it's hard to win without fencing. The crop points are nice, but they're on 4 people, which is more than us, but I still don't love their game. Lumin is probably
could be.
Yeah, Lumin's our biggest competition, definitely, because he can Sunday work plow sow, and that'll be worth a lot of points. So he'll have good animal points, good family points, good crop points, and his improvement count is decent. Sprotch, I'm not worried about just because his crop points are crap, and he's not going to fill up his farm.
Yeah. And I just remembered that Slapdash Renovation is going to get his action back, so...
Yeah. So we really did not have to worry about Reno.
Yeah. So our first action could be Sobake.
Yep. And we don't care which Reno space we get. We just want to block the one that's more useful for him.
Oh, Sprotch is going to discard some things for some food.
He's hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry.
He's really hungry.
The Plowmaker is going to make him hungry too.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
No, what?
Oh, we screwed up.
No.
We forgot about something.
We got one...
We forgot about Sunrise Admirer.
What's wrong with it?
We forgot that we need to pay 2 food for it at the start of this round.
Oh, that's not... Let me think. We only have 1 clay. Can't get any...
What we can do, actually, and this is going to be us being super pro.
Okay.
We don't play Sunrise Admirer. Instead of doing Sow Bake, we just do Plow Sow. So actually, we need to discard Sunrise Admirer.
Oh, you're right. So good. To board?
Yeah.
I was going to put it right... No.
You could put it right there. That would be kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a... There's always... This is always...
That's funny. Also, we didn't feed or breed or anything.
Okay. We want to eat... cattle, I guess. Doesn't matter that much.
Sure, it doesn't matter.
So that feeds everything.
Yep. Yep, we're good.
Dove... A... Breed...
You don't need to type breed because if you have animals, it's assumed that you breed.
Okay.
Like, I guess if you're unfamiliar with the mechanics of the game, then you might need to say, oh, I also breed.
Right.
But it's just assumed, like, obviously if you have animals, you breed. Like, you know, it's just something you do. You might say, oh, I think I forgot to breed. But
That's so
usually
funny.
you can keep everyone's stuff in their mind.
Sunrise Admirer right there.
Yeah, that actually works out. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
We totally screwed that up, but it's okay because...
And they moved it over here. They're like, fuck you.
You know what? It might be because
look at that.
Their board is different size.
He didn't family growth.
They might not have got the joke.
Oh, you're right. They might not.
Of course he didn't family growth. Fencing is more points.
Oh, okay.
Fencing is 3 points for him, or taking wood is 3 points for him.
Baby cat's gonna have family growth though, right?
Yeah, well, maybe.
Not that we were interested in it. We're gonna do Auk.
Also, when you're really hungry, family growthing is an extra mouth to feed, right?
Oh yeah, which Sprotch is hungry. You can tell. He's got the rumblies.
Yes, he is hungry.
He didn't even, plow. His Plowmaker, I'm not sure. Maybe you got 1 action out of it.
Yep.
Not the greatest. And here it comes, what they all expect. Ding, ding, ding.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yep. Good job.
So we can put 5 bonus points on here, right?
Yep.
So we can go Shift JJJ.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go? I didn't click my firm.
Well, you weren't hitting... Yeah, you need to click on the board, yeah. Yep.
And then Manger also gets... does it count the Manger in with our score? Oops.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so
we need to put 4 on there.
Okay, that looks fine. This is going to disappear, yeah. Animal welfarist. I see this card a lot, but I don't actually like read it because for some reason when I see it, I just get bored instantly. I'm like,
It's not generally good. It might be worth. It might be worth 4 points for him.
Yeah.
4 points and some food, but it's really not that strong because usually if you're so the thing is a card that gives you 1 of each type of animal could be worth 6 points. However, it means that you didn't get any other animal points if it gives you that.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, that means you're in a bad spot, so you're probably not going to win if it does that for you. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if getting your first animal of each kind
you're right.
makes it worth 6 points. However, if you are getting 6 points from it, you're probably in a bad spot.
I was thinking about if there's combos with this card.
It's really good with something like Constable. Because if you can get all 3 animals with 1 move, that's huge.
I don't see any.
We should block Reno Fence.
Yeah, I guess.
Just to screw with Sprotch.
Stone. Nothing else we can use our stone on. Yep, this is the best thing. There we go. We're gonna breed our cattle and eat a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
See, worst case Ontario, we could have just ate another cattle instead, right? With our sunrise.
Yeah, but it would cost us a little bit.
Oh, it would have been 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point difference. Better not to. We want to have as much stuff as we can. Anyways, why don't you do the final farm stuff now?
Yeah.
And then you can send farm. And then if you do action 2, score. Oops. Score. And then click on our name.
Ooh, 14 point. No, just kidding.
Do controls refresh all?
Where's that? Controls. Refresh all.
And then click on this again, and now go click on a different name, and then click on our name.
Negative 22. What's going on? Oh, they're all missing.
There we go.
There it is. That's better.
So we have 35 plus
9.
So we end with 44.
Okay.
So actually, I would imagine Lumin wins. Because I think he's probably got 44 beat. Yeah, he definitely has 44 beat.
Maybe I don't like Closer Driller as much now.
Click on, let's see what Lumin's score is to get an idea. He's at 39 already, with no bonus points for Trees of the Citizens. And he breeds some more points. Yeah, looks like Lumin wins.
Maybe. Probably.
How much is Trees for the Citizens worth? 1. Actually, it's only worth 2. 3 points. It's worth 3 points for him. So then, if he breeds 2 animals, then he wins. And plus, he has 2 more actions to take points.
Hey, I have a question. Chicken coop, no matter what, if you play clay for it, if you paid clay, does it count as?
What does it say?
It just has the cost on it.
Printed wood cost.
So even if you don't pay the wood, it's still.
Yeah, it still has a printed wood cost.
Yeah. Okay. And then Village School does not. So that's 3 in total, which is only
joinery.
Oh, and the joinery. Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's.
So he's got 3 extra points plus whatever he breeds for his animals. And actually, he has more than that because he has 1 more move still.
Yeah, he does.
So depending on how he feeds, now he does have to feed 10. Okay, so what?
It's close.
So he eats 1 grain, and then he eats 3 boar. But then he breeds sheep and cattle and wins. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lumin's at 45.
Baby cat with 38. No fences. Oops. And we got the end here. He grabs an extra veggie for 1 point.
Yeah. So he's got 45 or 46.
Oh, so close.
Yep. So unfortunately, our victory streak is over.
Are you we gotta wait.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Will's calling it. It's like there's like 15 seconds left of the period. We're down 2-0.
Yes, if there's 15 seconds left in a hockey game and you're down 2, then it's over. I mean, you go to the end just to go to the end, but
Sprotch. It's about 33. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. So we're 1 point off.
Recalculate. Get score. No. Okay, we lose.
You should type GG, so it's polite.
GG.
So what could have gone better for us? Family growth coming 1 round later is probably good for... actually, maybe not. Oh, he forgot to Sunday, so he could have won by even more. Because he could have Sunday worked 2 boar.
Or 2 anything, yeah.
Alright, so that's it. So what Okay,
Do you want to look at the draft and maybe think about it too?
Well, sure. Yeah, let's look at the draft.
All right, let's leave. Just. Okay, so how to look at draft. Is it under the how-to?
No, it's not.
Okay, so
the how-to hasn't been updated in like 5 years.
Yeah, looking at the draft is pretty interesting. The problem I have with it is I forget how I'm able to do it. So we do Play-agricola.com /agricola/
draft.php. 296760.
Okay, what could we have done differently?
Cloister Dweller, best card by power and position.
Yes. Okay, I'm happy with that.
Sunrise Admirer, best card by power and position.
Yep, happy with that.
Dove Hunter, best card by power and position.
Oh, and this one they're all pretty bad here.
Yeah, this pile was crap. Clay Seller, we were thinking about Cattle Whisperer, we were thinking about Martial Artist. Ultimately, none of these ended up being good for Lumin. And we wouldn't have played any of them.
Yeah, Cattle Whisperer probably went to play it.
Yeah, maybe Cowherd wasn't worth it. That's the one thing that I'm thinking. That Cowherd might not have been worth it. So we took Resource Seller over Chief. We were thinking that Resource Seller plus Clay Seller was a nice combo. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we need to deny Chief.
Yeah.
I think probably Sprotch has Chief. Yeah. But, well, Sprotch definitely has Chief.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, doesn't really matter.
We could have
gone. Resource Seller was nice for us.
We got it to work early, so that's good. It's always good to get Resource early to work as soon as you can.
Yep. So here we took Cowherd over Stone Carver.
Oh yeah, so you said Stone Carver could be good.
Yep.
But we had Dove Hunter, which is better.
Yeah, and our stone was tight, and we didn't go on Reedstone Food at all early, which was fine. And yeah, exactly, Dove Hunter fed us better. We had no food problems, but part of that's because we stayed on such a low family member count.
Exactly. Easy feeds. And then here we go. Look at the difference between Diamond Mine and Clay Hut.
Yeah, Diamond Mine actually rated lower in power than Carp Pond, but Carp Pond is drafted half a position later, so it's they're about equivalent cards. It's just that Carp Pond is valued a little lower.
Yeah, I find the card's power comes in with how you use it. So I mean, Diamond Mine, we use it to Reno, which is a lot more powerful than Carp Pond, which is just maybe...
Well, if you think about it, the way we used it, Diamond Mine gave us a stone grab that we would have done anyways, except it gave us 1 extra point. And 1 extra point is awesome. Duck Pond, easy pick. So here we took Manger. So Manger might have come back. It's the 5th worst card by power. Greenhouse, Golden Rose, Drain Pond, Winter Deadwood all rank above it.
You know what's funny? Except for even me mentioning a guest, I mentioned all of these before the Manger.
Yeah. So you are valuing them correctly. But with Cloister Dweller, I think Manger is an easy pick.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's not worth risking that it gets taken, I don't think, because of how good it is for the Cloister.
Corn Scoop right pick.
Yep. Flat Hill ended up being really good for Lumin, actually, because we thought he wasn't going to Reno. He did manage to Reno thanks to Flat Hill.
Ugh.
But Corn Scoop is a great card.
Tough game. I played against Lumin before, and he smoked me, so not too surprised.
Well, he only beat us by 1 point, and like you just think, yeah, it was close. It was definitely close. I think we played it well. Maybe we capped ourselves a little too low.
Maybe getting
not actually a huge. You know what a huge difference is? Not getting start player round 12 family growth, or not getting start player round 11 to round 12 family growth. That if we had done that, we would have won easily.
It may be last doing that board before he grabbed the board too, because I think Lumin grabbed the board. I think.
Yes, he did, but he has vegetables, so eating three. Yeah, that's true actually. Because if we do that instead of Reno,
And then we let one run away.
Then we gain 2 points, but if we cost Lumin enough, we lose 1 point. I think we probably deny him 1 point, but we lose 1 point ourselves. So I think it's probably equivalent actions.
Well, yeah.
And then helpful neighbors, third best by power, but with resource seller, I think we used it really well. And guest as our last pick. So cool.
Yep.
Congrats to Lumin. Nicely played game. He did forget about Sunday Worker as well, so his real score is probably 46.
Or 47, yeah.
Well, 46 because his food was exactly tight.
Oh, okay.
So eating one extra food to pay for the Sunday Worker.
Okay.
Or Sundays.
Yeah, he would need to eat something, yeah.
Yeah. So probably, or what he might have doubled is the boar. And if you double the boar, 2 extra boar is 1 point. So wow. I think his real score is probably 46. So he beats us by 2. So the difference is family growth. Because if we got family growth round 12,
yeah,
then we have a chance to win. So maybe our strategy was flawed because our actions were tight in round 11.
They were very tight.
So we couldn't afford to do start player to get the family growth round 12, which did not come out. Is that right?
It did not come out
round 12. It came round 13.
Yeah. I'm also thinking that their cow herd was an okay pick because the cattle came out in the last round, and then we got the breeding pair right away.
Yes, that was so probably okay.
Yeah, I think our cow buck was an okay play.
I think what really a huge factor in this game, Sprotch and Baby Cat both undervalued wood.
Yeah.
So that let Lumin build 3 wood rooms and fence 15 crazy early.
Oh man, that's so true.
So probably we decided that we're going to go a wood light strategy.
Right.
Lumin went a wood heavy strategy, and then Baby Cat and Sprotch did other stuff than take wood. So that's definitely a factor. But I mean that happens. You know, that's part of the game. Anyways, I think that's more than enough for us.
Yep.
I'm really disappointed we didn't keep up our win streak.
Nope. Well,
we're 2-3 now.
We're so close. We won.
We're 2-3, or 2 out of 3. Sorry, we're 2 out of 3. We're 2-1.
We won 3 times.
Have we really?
We tied 1.
We've only done 2 videos. This is our 3rd video.
No, this is our. Is this our 3rd? Oh man.
Yeah, this is our 3rd video. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we've won twice, and this is our first loss.
This is our 4th video.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because well, you could count our first ones right off. It's good. Anyways,
thanks very much for watching, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little video.
Yes. You'll see us next week for another Friday farming. Right, well, bye.
Bye.